guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to a video called 12 Amazing Castles in Italy, the most amazing places in Italy. Obviously there are castles in Italy, I think all throughout Europe, all countries have them, but I'm not sure, I've never heard of any famous castles in Italy, so I'm very curious to know what kind of architecture style they have and where are they located. So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
Have you ever wondered about the stories behind Italy's towering castles and majestic turrets? From the rugged mountains of the north to the sun-drenched shores of the south, hundreds of ancient fortresses stand. Join us as we explore 12 of these majestic Italian castles. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated.
Well, this is one sort of very square, sort of flat. But I love all of them right next to the beach. Well, the ocean, not
Castel
the beach.
del Monte. The castle's unique geometric design has fascinated historians and architects for centuries.
Oh, it is.
Built in 1240 by Emperor Frederick II, this octagonal-shaped fortress stands on a hill in the Apulia region,
It's crazy that
offering
it's that old.
breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside.
Yeah, what's up with the shape?
Unlike other medieval castles, Castel del Monte lacks defensive features like a moat or drawbridge,
Oh, it's true,
leading
it's
many
there.
to speculate it was designed more for intellectual pursuits rather than military use.
Yeah, I can see that.
The castle
like
was
an
declared a
observatory.
UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. The castle's exact purpose remains a mystery, though it
that's
likely
sad.
served as a hunting lodge, a court of law, or a place of learning.
In a castle? Okay, a college.
The precision of its architecture, with perfect symmetry
Yeah.
and alignment to the cardinal points,
It's crazy.
has sparked theories linking it to astronomy,
Yeah,
mathematics, and esoteric
exactly.
philosophies.
That's what it looks like that.
You can explore the castle's limestone walls and learn about its intricate history,
Oh, can you get
making
in?
it a perfect destination for those intrigued by history, architecture, and unsolved mysteries.
And it's in a bit of a hill, I think. Oh, it's sort of nothing's nearby. It's just in the outskirts of town. It's so flat. It's in the only hill, actually. Now, if I look at the geography, it's in the only hill in this place, which I think makes it a prime location for a castle, I would assume.
Castelnuovo.
Newcastle?
According to local legends, the dungeons of this castle
A
housed a
dungeon?
man-eating crocodile. It was
Oh my
said to have
God.
been responsible for the mysterious disappearances of prisoners,
Okay, that's awful.
dragging them into the sea through an underground tunnel.
My
The
God.
castle is also called Maschio Angioino, reflecting its Angevin origins.
What is that?
Built in 1279 by Charles
so
I of
old.
Anjou, this
So
imposing
old.
fortress stands at the heart of Naples, near the Gulf of Naples.
Oh.
It has served as both a
Was it normal back in those days to have castles right in the middle of the bay and right next to the ocean? Because I would think pirates are gonna get in, but I don't know.
royal residence and a defensive stronghold throughout its long history.
Okay, so it was ideal to be near the ocean.
The castle is famous for its triumphal arch, built to commemorate Alfonso V of Aragon's entry into the city in 1443.
Okay, 200 years later after it was built.
Castelnuovo has witnessed several key historical events, including papal elections and royal marriages.
Oh,
It was also
You have a lot of
served
windows,
as a
though.
temporary residence for Pope Celestine V in 1294,
oh.
making it one of the rare castles to host a
Yeah.
pope. Interestingly,
legal?
Pope Celestine is known for resigning just months after being elected.
Oh well. Hopefully the castle
During the
didn't make an
Napoleonic
impact
era,
on that decision.
the castle was used as a military garrison and underwent some structural changes to reinforce its defenses.
Like what?
Today, it houses the Civic Museum, displaying a rich collection
What's
of
a
art and
museum?
artifacts that span centuries of Neapolitan
Oh.
history. Its blend of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture makes Castelnuovo a must-see for history buffs and art lovers alike.
So big compared to the other buildings. It's the biggest sort of piece of building in this, and a piece of architecture in this city. It's just ginormous. It's so funny, not a lot of windows. I'm just shocked by the lack of windows.
Castello Aragonese. This castle stands on an islet formed by a volcanic eruption over 300,000 years ago.
Oh, it's in a volcano.
Located on the island of Ischia
Well,
near Naples,
technically not. but-
stands as a dramatic example of medieval defensive architecture.
It's so weird. I can't even see
This
where's the
strategic
castle?
location, separated from Ischia by a narrow channel, made it an ideal
Oh.
fortress.
I thought you would only get there by boat.
Built in 474 BC when the ancient Greeks used it to fend
Okay,
off
but
attacks from
This is really, really old. That's
later
ancient.
fortified by King Alfonso V of Aragon in 1441. The castle sits on a rocky islet connected to the mainland by a stone bridge.
It doesn't look like a castle. I'm so shocked.
The castle was originally accessible only by boat.
Oh, okay. At
It
one point
wasn't
it
until
was.
1441, under King Alfonso V of Aragon, that a stone bridge was built to connect the islet to the main island.
Oh, they built it.
The castle has numerous hidden tunnels and passageways that were used for quick
Oh my
escapes,
God.
or to transport
that.
supplies in times of siege. These underground routes give a sense of the medieval intrigue and survival strategies employed by the
Yeah.
inhabitants.
Sense of safety, I think.
Throughout its long history, the castle has served as a fortress, monastery, and even a political prison.
Oh, that's a little dark.
During its peak, the castle was home to over 2,000 inhabitants,
Oh, that's
including
small town.
soldiers, religious figures, and civilians.
Wow.
It had everything needed for self-sufficiency: wells, food storage, and even olive presses and vineyards.
Okay, it was
Played
a
a key
neighborhood.
role in defending the island from pirates and foreign invasions. Today, you can explore the castle's ancient tunnels,
Oh, you can
chapels,
go there.
and gardens, while learning about the island's complex history.
We'd love to
The
go to the
castle's
underground
terraces
tunnels.
offer stunning views of the Tyrrhenian Sea, making it one of Italy's most picturesque castles.
Yeah, too weird looking as well. It's not really a classical castle. It doesn't even look like a castle. It just looks, I don't know, similar to a city, and that's it. A lot of interconnected buildings, but not an actual castle.
Castello Sforzesco.
Okay, this is in the middle of a city.
Did you know that this was one of Italy's most famous castles? Once a defensive
Where is it?
fortress and later an artistic hub? Castello Sforzesco, located in the heart of Milan,
Oh, it's in Milan.
was originally built in the 14th century by Galeazzo II Visconti and later expanded by
Viscount?
Francesco Sforza, the Duke of Milan, in
Dukes and
1450.
Viscounts. Surprise is not on the hill.
During the Renaissance, it became a vibrant cultural center,
Oh.
housing famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci, who
Oh.
painted sections of the castle.
Oh my god, where are the paintings? I love the shape, so particular.
The Sforza family played a pivotal role in Milanese history, using the castle as both a residence and a symbol of their power.
Yeah, it was the biggest house in town.
The castle has
building.
survived several sieges,
Mm.
including one by Napoleon, who used it as a military barracks.
Who hasn't survived Napoleon?
Today, it houses numerous museums, including
What
collections of
museums?
ancient art, musical instruments, and the last unfinished work of Michelangelo,
Oh my god, what
the
is that?
Rondinini Pieta.
What is that?
The castle's vast courtyards and scenic gardens offer a peaceful retreat in the bustling city, blending history and culture for modern visitors.
I love the different shapes. Circular, square. I love space. love how sort of open it is because it's in the city, but at the same time it's kind of enclosed. I don't know, it's so weird. I love it. It's incorporated into the city, I think, which I like. It's not separated.
Castel Sant'Angelo,
Okay.
also known as the Mausoleum of Hadrian because it
Oh
was
my God.
originally built as a mausoleum
that?
for Emperor Hadrian in 135 AD.
Okay, an
This
emperor.
iconic cylindrical structure later evolved into a fortress, papal residence, and prison.
So many people residences and prisons.
The cylindrical design was ahead of its time and has withstood
Yeah, it's
centuries
really
of
weird.
battles and various purposes, demonstrating
Perfectly
the engineering
round.
skill of ancient Rome.
Yeah. Well, it has two shapes.
Its strategic
the base and
location
the
along the
round
Tiber
thing on
River
top.
in Rome made it a key defensive structure during the Middle Ages,
Oh,
and
it's
it was
in Rome.
connected to Vatican City via the Passetto di Borgo,
Oh, okay.
a secret passage used by popes to escape danger.
Oh my god, I love the intrigue.
Castel Sant'Angelo has witnessed numerous historical events,
I bet.
including
yeah.
the sack of Rome in 1527 when Pope Clement
what was
VII
that?
sought refuge within its walls.
Okay. They're besieged to Vatican?
The name Sant'Angelo, Saint Angel, comes
Yeah.
from a legend where the Archangel Michael appeared atop the castle,
Oh, it's an archangel.
sheathing his sword as a sign of the end of a plague in AD 590.
Oh,
A
because of the
statue of the
plague.
angel was later erected at the top of the castle.
Okay. Oh, I see that. It's a figure. Okay.
Despite its transformation into a fortress, parts of Hadrian's original mausoleum can still be seen within the structure,
Oh my god.
including some of the burial chambers.
Burial chambers. Oh my god. I would love to see them.
During World War II, Castel Sant'Angelo became a sanctuary for citizens of Rome,
Oh,
as
really?
its fortified walls offered protection against bombings and
Of
enemy
course.
forces.
Yeah.
Today, you can tour its museum, which displays Renaissance paintings, medieval weapons, and offers panoramic views of Rome
The
from
few
its rooftop
weapons.
terrace.
Okay. Oh, you can get to
Its
the
evolution
rooftop.
from a Roman mausoleum to a multifaceted fortress speaks volumes about Rome's turbulent history and the ingenuity of its architecture.
And that's why I think how things evolved throughout the years. I'm glad it's a museum though. But yeah, it's kind of wild to think it started as a mausoleum. Now it's a museum. Okay, sure. I love the shape. Oh, and it's right next to the tunnel. Oh, I like that. With the arches.
Castello Orsini Odescalchi. Ever wondered where Hollywood stars hold their weddings in Italy?
Oh, okay. Orsini. Oh, isn't that
Castello
a famous
Orsini
last name?
Odescalchi, located just outside of Rome,
Okay, I was
has
wrong.
hosted several celebrity weddings, including that of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Okay, so they rent it for weddings?
Built in the 15th century by the Orsini family,
Oh yeah, they're
the
famous.
stunning Renaissance castle offers panoramic views of Lake Bracciano and the surrounding countryside.
It's very pretty.
The
It looks
castle
very
has
antique.
played a key role in Italy's political history, serving as a military stronghold and a noble residence for the Orsini and Odescalchi families.
Okay.
The castle was often linked
So
to
big.
the Vatican and Roman politics. The Orsini family had close ties to the papacy, which brought both favor and tension over the centuries.
People didn't like that, I guess. As civilians, not them, obviously.
In the late 1600s, the Orsini family sold the castle to another powerful Italian
As
family,
one does.
the Odescalchi, who still own it today.
Oh my god, it's been in the family for centuries, literally. That's
Its well-preserved
crazy.
interiors, complete with frescoes, antique furniture, and suits of armor, can transport you back in time. Today, the castle is open for tours and events, offering a perfect blend of history
Yeah, so they rent it
and
out.
natural beauty.
But it's just renting, or can you go and just visit, or is it pay an entrance fee? Are those houses part of the castle, or those so private houses that are sort of, next to the castle, but not literally belonging to the castle? I don't know, it's so weird. I live right next to the castle. That's my house. I mean, sure, but it's kind of weird. Oh, I don't have any idea what
Svevo di Bari. Also known as the Swabian Castle, is a
Oh.
historic fortress located in Bari in southern Italy.
And Swabian.
Built in 1131 by Norman King Roger II and later expanded by Swabians
real.
under Emperor Frederick II in 1233,
Oh, I get it
castle
now.
has served as both a defensive fortress and a royal residence.
It's kind of job looking
Over
for
the
a residence,
centuries,
though.
the castle has seen various rulers, including the Normans, Swabians, Angevins, and Aragonese. Each of these dynasties contributed to its structure
Everyone
and
lived
design,
there.
leading to a mix of architectural styles.
Is there any, minimalist
The castle has survived
looking?
numerous sieges and attacks, including those from the Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Turks.
Okay.
It later became a symbol of Aragonese power during the Renaissance when the southern part of Italy was under Spanish rule.
The shape is so strange. It's sort of in an angle.
In the 16th century, the castle was converted into a prison, and it remained one for some time before being used for administrative purposes.
It looks absolutely like a prison. Now,
The castle
yes.
originally had a moat and drawbridge, typical features of medieval fortifications.
Yeah.
Though the
They were
drawbridge
demolished?
no longer exists, the moat remains a prominent feature surrounding the castle.
Oh, okay, I can see it.
Today, Castello serves as a museum, hosting archaeological exhibits and offering you a
Oh.
glimpse into the medieval life of the region.
It's archaeological museum. Love that. But it doesn't look a little like a prison. Absolutely like a prison. I think it's the color and how sort of flat the stone is. I don't know. Something about it makes it a little drab looking and sort of prison-like. So I think good for defending. But I'm surprised the royalty decided to live here. Oh, you have the ocean's right next to it. You cross the street and then you're swimming in the
Castello
ocean. Love that.
Scaligero di Sirmione. What would it
Is that
feel
what I
like
mean?
to walk through a floating castle? This
Look,
castle
yeah,
in
it's in the middle of
Sirmione
the ocean.
offers just that,
Oh my god.
as it appears
Love it.
to rise directly out of Lake Garda.
Oh, it's a lake. Okay. It's right next to
Built in the
it's
13th
in
century by
water.
the powerful Scaliger family, this perfectly preserved fortress served as a defensive stronghold for the region. The Scaliger family played a critical role in northern Italy's
Oh,
politics,
it's northern Italy.
using the castle as a protective measure against invaders. One of the most striking features of the castle is its fortified harbor,
Yeah, it's
which could
incredible.
house ships and protect them from attacks.
Seek refuge here.
You can explore the castle's ramparts, climb its towers, and enjoy panoramic views of Lake Garda.
Love
This
that.
fairy tale-like setting makes Castello Scaligero a popular destination, blending history with the natural beauty of Italy's largest lake.
Oh, it's the largest lake. Okay. There was like Cuomo. Cuomo? Como? The water is so incredibly clear. It's kind of crazy. You can. I'm seeing the sand. It's crazy. I'm sitting at the bottom of the lake. It's incredibly clear. I wonder if you can sort of sail there in your yacht and, I don't know, stay there? Probably not. But I wonder if you can, or could, theoretically. On those mountains in the background, love that.
Castello di Garadara. Is there
Oh,
a
this is
more
gorgeous.
romantic castle than the setting for Dante's tragic love story of Paolo and Francesca?
Oh,
Located in the Marche region, this
Where is
12th
that?
century castle
Gorgeous.
has seen numerous power struggles between the Malatesta and Sforza families. Its
They're
double
fighting over
line of
this?
medieval walls makes it one of the most impressive fortified structures in Italy.
it's so big.
The castle is perhaps best known for its connection to Dante's Inferno,
Why?
where the doomed lovers Paolo and Francesca are condemned for their forbidden love.
Did it happen
Besides its literary fame, Castello di Garadara has played a vital role in military history, standing as a fortress that protected the surrounding lands from various invasions.
there? Yeah,
You can
perfect
tour the
location.
castle's lavish interiors, which have been meticulously preserved, and walk along the battlements, enjoying sweeping views of the Adriatic coastline.
Oh, you can see the coastline? Where? It seems very woodsy. Those trees look incredibly green. I'm loving them. Oh, the ocean's right there. Oh my god. Love that.
Castello Svevo di Catania.
In Catania, I
This
assume.
medieval fortress survives both wars and volcanic eruptions.
Oh my god, okay.
It was built by Emperor Frederick II in 1239, is a prime example of resilience.
So,
Located near Mount Etna, in Sicily, and the fortress has withstood multiple natural disasters,
yeah.
including the devastating eruption of 1669 and an earthquake in
Oh my god,
1693.
what a rough couple of years people in this town had.
Originally designed as a defensive stronghold, it later became a royal residence for the Aragonese and even served as a prison during the Spanish rule.
So many of them serve as prisons. It sort of
The
blends very
castle's
well with the
massive
rest
lava
of the city.
stone walls and robust towers give you a glimpse into Sicily's tumultuous past. Today, the castle hosts archaeological exhibitions and provides a stunning backdrop to the cultural events that often take place in its courtyards. The
Oh.
nearby city of Catania, with its Baroque architecture, makes visiting this historic site an even more enriching experience.
Yeah, it looks very nice. I wouldn't be able to tell this is the castle just looking at it from, unless you knew, because again, it blends so perfectly with the rest of the city that it just sort of, I don't know. You don't know if the castle's there. It's where's the fortified sort of fortress? There's nothing. You could just sort of drive through. They like that. That's perfect. Circular towers. How would they build that? It's gonna be crazy. I have no idea how they did this. It's perfect. Look at the shape. There's not one single mistake. Oh, is that Mount Etna? Wow. You would think it's very far away, but when it's an eruption,
Castello di Barletta. Did you
It's
know
so
this castle
white.
has stood as a
Limestone.
witness to centuries of naval warfare and political intrigue? It was built in the
Oh.
10th century by the Normans and expanded by the Swabians and the Aragonese.
So
This
funny, it's always
coastal
the same
fortress
people.
in Puglia has played a pivotal role in Italy's maritime history. Strategically located along the Adriatic Sea, it
Oh,
was a
against the Adriatic
defensive
Sea.
stronghold against invasions from the Ottoman Empire and other foreign powers. The
It's a-
castle is particularly famous
hill.
for its role during the Italian wars in the early 16th century.
What was the shape? It's
Especially the
triangular.
Dispida di Barletta, a chivalric duel between Italian and French knights that symbolized national pride.
What on earth was
Today,
that?
Castello di Barletta is a cultural hub, housing museums and hosting exhibitions,
Great.
while its stunning views over the sea make it a must-see.
But again, the shape is strange. It isn't a hill. It's sort of leaning. So weird.
Castello
this
di
is-
Vincigliata.
This looks so
This is a
fantasy-like.
charming and lesser-known castle
Yes.
located near the city of Florence in Italy.
Oh, it's in Florence.
Although the original castle dates back to the 11th century, it was largely restored in the 19th century.
Oh, that was not that long
The
ago.
castle showcases a mix of medieval and neo-Gothic architectural styles due to its 19th century restoration.
Oh, of course.
It features
They changed
towers,
a lot of things.
battlements, and ornate interiors that reflect both historical and romantic influences. The castle's medieval charm, with its crenellated towers and Gothic revival
It's so
interiors,
pretty.
makes it a popular venue for weddings
Yeah, I
and
can
cultural
see that.
events.
Yeah. It's
During
charming.
World
it's
War
pretty.
II, Castello di Vincigliata served as a prison for high-ranking Allied
Oh my god, it was a
officers.
prison. Ah.
Today,
This is the
you can
most
explore its
beautiful
beautifully
prison I've
landscaped
ever
gardens,
seen.
ancient wine cellars, and learn about the castle's fascinating mix of medieval and modern history. The nearby city of Florence adds an extra layer
Yeah,
of cultural
of course.
richness to any visit.
And I love how small it is. It could almost, well, not really, but a very rich person's house, I think. You can live here, I think. It doesn't look that big, I think. Probably it's bigger in person, but compared to the other castles, this one's kind of small, so I think it makes it a little charming. It's kind of quaint. I like that. Which is a crazy thing to say about a castle in Florence, but still. I stand with this.
So, tell us what your favorite castle in Italy is. We'd love to know. Please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us grow and continue creating more content. Thanks for watching, and see you on our next adventure. Happy travels.
I have an absolutely favorite one just right off the bat. I love that last one. I think I could I could live there. Would have to see for the inside, obviously, but I think just looking at how it looks from the outside, I think I would live there. It's smaller, which I get. I think castle, yeah, because obviously when you think about castles, probably I'm not alone in this. I think about this huge structures and this big sort of fortified walls and towers and stuff. But I'm just thinking they're huge, right? It's something that's really big. But in this case, it's not that it's small, because obviously it isn't small. But compared to, I think, the other castles and what I believe a castle should look like, this is kind of small, on the smaller side. Maybe not small, just on the smaller side. And that's what I think. Okay, I can see a modern person sort of living here. And it's kind of because I know that previously and back in those days, as in 600 years ago, all those castles served as residencies, especially I think for the monarchy and, dukes and whatever and kings and stuff. Because, well, they weren't going to build their little house somewhere. No, of course, they just lived in castles. Because I think most of the people, probably lived in, I don't know where civilians lived in those days. That it wasn't in the castles. They probably lived in this little shamrock old houses or cabins. And because obviously that's how people lived back in those days. So of course they lived in castles. But I think people, again, back in those days, they needed to have so much servants, and they needed people to tend to the horses because they had horses, and probably some garrisons in the military also stay there. I don't know, it's just a lot of things. So of course you're going to need the space, because there's just a lot of people that live here, because it's not just the family as in the family. No, of course you need a lot of people to actually maintain this house and this castle. But obviously today people downsize and you don't need a huge house. But this castle, well, you know what? It's not that big. I think I can realistically live here. So I would love to see the inside. It's probably not for sale, clearly, but still, I like that. The other one that I really, really liked, just because it was really sort of strange looking, I think it was the one in Puglia. It was a sort of a triangle. It's super silly on me. It looks like a cake, as in there are some cakes, these fancy cakes, that have this sort of, they're not super square, or they don't have a circular shape. They have a sort of a triangle thing, and they're decorative cakes, but it looked like a cake. I don't know, it was very weird. I loved the triangles. It was sort of a square with 4 triangles in each corner. And I'd never seen that. Not in a castle, not in a house. I've never seen that. And I don't really understand why they did this, because I think, in most other castles, they did a circular tower on those corners. And these people, I don't know why they did a triangle. It's gonna be something, obviously, that's gotta have, it was for a purpose. I assume it wasn't because they thought it looked nice. It was probably because, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that's going to give you an defensive advantage. I'm coming up short, but I don't really know much about military defense, so I have no idea. But still, I would assume they did this for a reason. Would love to know why, because I've never seen that. And I'm wondering if you could, because the sort of the terrorists, I guess, it was flat, so I'm wondering if you could climb, and you can, now in these day and age, you can climb and see and go to the terrace, and it's just sort of weird. It's gonna be so strange. Would love that. The other that it was, I think, in Rome. It was one that I would absolutely go visit. The one that had, I think, Michelangelo's last works, and it was painted by Da Vinci. Stay there. I love that one. I can't remember the name. I'm pretty sure it was in Rome. I think it's if you ever go to Rome, I think of course you need to go here. It's such a city, because again, I think a lot of people go to Italy and especially go to Rome because there's a lot of artistic things to visit, and there's a lot of art, I think, that you get to see, whether that is in museums. And I'm not even in just museums. I think just walking around, the streets, there's a lot of things that I think really are they're eye-catching, and there's, I think, pieces of art, even an architecture as well. You're walking by and you see this fountain, or you see this incredible sculpture. So there's just so many things to see, I think, when it comes to art. I think in Italy, and specifically, I think, obviously in the big cities, or in Rome, probably Florence. Milan. There's so many of them, but I think it really is. I think it's worth it, even though you're gonna get to see them just walking around. I still would make the trip to the actual museum, just because obviously a museum has everything, has the best, probably the best offers. They're there, the best offers when it comes to art. They're there, obviously. But I like that about those cities is you can just walk around. You don't specifically need to go to the museum. Obviously, you're gonna go, but I love that you can sort of go and there's just a lot of art surrounding the city, which I love. But yeah, that museum, absolutely. I love that a lot of these castles, not to say I think at least over half of them, have been converted. Obviously, they've been through so many things. There were prisons and there were residencies and there were fortresses and there were so many things. But they provided refuge for popes. But in this day and age, I love that they are just converted into museums. I think it's really funny because now they're just museums. I would assume for art or obviously you gotta have a lot of pieces of work and art, that whether that is paintings or whatever they are. But it's really funny that they're not specifically related to the sort of, I don't know, the theme of the castle. I don't know how to explain this, but it's just a museum. It's just, I don't know. There was one of them that I think was the Naval Museum. It's not really the history behind this castle is not necessarily tied to a naval history, but it's a beautiful castle. I don't know, it's a beautiful piece of architecture. So why not? Let's put a museum here, which I like. Obviously, it's really nice, but it's really funny how they just, I don't know, they just converted into other kind of museums and not necessarily a museum tied to the specific history of each castle. It's just a museum that's going to have a little beautiful pieces of art, and that's it. It doesn't really have anything to do with the history behind the castle, which I kind of like. I think it's really, because what else are you going to do with those castles? It's really, they deserve to be seen. They deserve to be toured. They deserve to be, because I think as long as people are still visiting them and that's not lost, I think it's perfect. Yeah, you have to transform spaces. And it's kind of shocking to me how something that became, and because a lot of them, I think that was true for mostly half of these, or maybe even more, they went from being prisons, which I think obviously are super dark. A lot of them had those underground tunnels and they had prisoners, and it was really a dark history. But then they just became something beautiful, and these days are just museums. It's really nice where you can just tour probably the castle and see how beautifully decorated they are, and you can also tour the grounds and see. Obviously, you don't really get to lose that history because obviously that dark history is part of the castle, and obviously it's tied to the history of this specific city and this specific country and this specific culture. But still, I like that it's been sort of transformed, and it now these days is something very beautiful, even though it has sort of a dark history and a dark past. But that's, I think, again, it's and who knows if, I don't know, in 200 years where will we be, and what will it be? It would still be a museum? Will it be changed? I have no idea. Probably not. I think hopefully it's going to, because again, museums are a way to preserve, I think, so many things. So hopefully they don't change this and it doesn't transform once again. But I think that's the thing about architecture, and that's the thing about buildings. They serve different purposes depending on the needs of the people and the city and the society that's living in this particular, that occupies this space and this particular time period. And who knows, there are no guarantees. And yeah, that's the beauty of architecture. You can build this with a very specific purpose in mind, but you don't know. I think that what's lucky, I think, for anyone that build these, but a lot of obviously rich families and stuff, but still, I think it's a beautiful thing to know that 600 years later, 800 years later, it's still standing. It's not going to be used for the purpose that you created this architecture and this building in mind, but still it's still being used, it's being repurposed. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's just, we're always finding uses for things instead of demolishing them or, I don't know, doing something else. And I will say it's a great feat, the one that's near Mount Etna, that the thing still stands and there was another one that the other castle that I absolutely loved, that it was in this little island. I don't even know if to call it an island, because it's not, it's just the castle in that little place. It's not an actual island. But I really do think that it's it's there because there was a volcanic eruption, and yes, of course, these days we have fewer of them. But still, it's still risky, it's still a risk. So the fact that those things are still standing after surviving so many years, literally near the volcano, and still here, and the thing's still here, marvelous, incredible. Hopefully it will be there for another 1,000 years to go. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!